Hey guys, Marcin here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we are essentially kicking off the Hero's Revenge Tour, I guess, by jumping in, and we're going to try and take on the 3 Blue Zone bosses that we could not beat on Global with the previous iteration of the Heroes team. Just basically like last year, a couple of events, you know, as the Heroes team age out. We managed to beat a decent bunch of the events that came out throughout the year, but certain stages, especially for the anniversary content, we were not able to do. So I was able to do every Blue Zone stage for the anniversary Dragon Ball Super Edition, other than Beast Gohan and Blue Gogeta, and I've done all of the Universe Survival Saga stages except for Blue Evolution Vegeta. Of course, Global doesn't have the last couple of stages for that one, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, this video we're going to get those 3 bosses done if we can, see if the Heroes team is able to at least beat those stages now. So yeah, we're going to go into Gogeta first, then we'll do Beast, then we'll do Vegeta. Let's just jump in right now. Okay, so we've got a pretty awkward setup here at the start, like having the Goku in slot 7 means that we don't get the, he's going to float onto this turn, and then we won't have the full extreme rotation for Timebreaker, but is what it is. I still like him having that full extreme turn restriction is probably, I think out of all of the different parts of the new Heroes unit's passives, all their different restrictions and stuff that they have, I think that might be the worst one, making Timebreaker have to have a full extreme rotation to get that extra damage reduction in slot 1. Because out of all the newly released Heroes units, like, in theory, he's the best slot 1 tank, but only on a full extreme rotation. But then they didn't give Fu a 200% lead, so the only new 200% leader is Superclass. The only, like, Limit Breaker Vegeta is still somewhat relevant, like, unrunnable, and he's Superclass. Rose can be okay, but, like, he's an extreme 200% lead. He's not a slot 1 unit. So yeah, making that extreme restriction for him is just so bad. Like, any of the other restrictions are manageable for like all the other characters, but man, that one's just so annoying. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully they don't seal. There you go. I was gonna say, if they super Dark Mask King in slot 1, it'd be annoying. But yeah, if Fu was extreme, then it'd be fine, right? Just run double Fu, run a full extreme team, or you could run a Goku if you wanted to just have him on the other rotation. But it means we have to build the team like this, where we have Goku and then Vegeta as a friend, and then we run those 2 together as a rotation, and then every floating unit on the team has to be extreme. And then that's the only way to essentially guarantee that Timebreaker has a full extreme rotation all the time. Not really the most ideal first turn for Goku, but you know. Fortunately, though, it doesn't really matter if he doesn't get his guard, but we do want the 7. There you go. We want the 7 orbs so he gets the permanent attack buff, but that's right. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Help the channel out for free. Just give it a little click. 19 million for Meki Cabra. There's the crit as well. Can't lower attack at this point, but doing some decent damage. So nice. Alright, well, Goku will just take him out here. Although, unfortunately, it means less attacks. It's not really a great start for Goku, being in slot 7 and then getting floated straight away, because, like, he's only going to get to attack 1 time. So it's not like he's getting to build up his passive properly or anything. And I feel like in this event especially, like in these like endgame events, with the power level that the Heroes team is at, like, I feel like they definitely need all the help they can get, right? So starting off with like a bit of a weird starting rotation Probably not ideal. The support from Eos is okay here, though. You don't seal, do you? At least Dark Mask King has, of course, had his defensive buff up. And then, if we get a crit, we just full heal. Even without a crit, we healed back up to like just over 80%, which is pretty good. So Dark Mask King can still be pretty good. Like, he can take a big hit on the first hit he takes, but then he still tanks normals like pretty well. And then obviously the fact that he can then heal you, especially if he does get a crit or an additional, can just heal you to full, is very, very helpful. The only annoying thing about that turn is that if you grab all the green orbs for Demigra and then no like rainbow orbs drop to get the 2 rainbow orbs for Mechikabra, because obviously his rainbow orb changing is like overridden. But either way, it's a lot of orbs. It means we get a full heal. He gets the big numbers boost. So he's gonna eat this, isn't he? Yeah. The number of times he could dodge a normal and then eat a super. 180k. I mean, at least Fu gets to get another super, I guess. And he does infinitely stack attack, so... Turn 6. Oh, good. We have to rely on Goku's chance to guard. 24k. Oof. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, Goku's still able to do some pretty solid damage. What's it going to be like here now that he's got his supers off? Actually managed to max out his passive. Okay, that's good. That's better. Double digit damage tanking after the super. That's what we like to see. It's because on his first appearance he only got 1 attack. So he needs to attack 4 times to max out his passive, and he only attacked once on his first appearance because he killed the enemy at that point. So go. 24.4k with the support from Eos. Alright. These are active skills. We've got no support on this turn, but these are active skills. Alright. Hopefully Fu comes in clutch and dodges. There's an additional. Well, I was going to say, it's not like Gogeta to super this late in the turn. Let's Fu with the dodge, nice. Because unfortunately, Limit Breaker for Geo has lost his damage reduction, so if he gets supered, I know he has type advantage, but I'm not sure how much he's going to take. Did some nice damage though. Is he really going to super in slot 3? Rare. Obviously not a great rotation for Fu, links-wise. No big bad bosses. I mean, he's got type advantage, and because he got the supers off, he's got 40% damage reduction. So... oh, nice. He's just going to do 4 supers. Crit and kill him? Ooh, close. Now we get supered. After doing 4 supers on the turn, I think we should live this, but... yeah, oh wow, yeah, 4,000 damage. I don't know what Gogeta's cooldown is, but I'm pretty sure he can't super in slot 1 now, right? Because he literally supered as the last attack of the last turn. And then Demigra takes double-digit damage. Super overkill Dokkan attack. 21 million. I mean, I don't even have to hit the nodes and then it'll be over quicker, but 21 million attack, Dokkan attack against the guy with, like, the tiniest sliver of health. Yeah, Fu said don't underestimate me. Alright, well there we go. So we could not beat Blue Zone Gogeta with the previous iteration of the Heroes team, but there we go. That is Blue Zone Gogeta done, and we will be moving on to the Beast Gohan stage. We're going to mix up the team a little bit, because the most annoying thing with Beast Gohan, even for teams that are like better than the Heroes team, is that locking in phase 3, but I guess we'll have to see how it goes, and we will be moving on to that one right now. Okay, so now we're jumping into the Beast Gohan fight. Mixed up the team a little bit here, because running that team with the like extreme restriction, having the certain rotations and everything, it's going to work for certain events, but it's going to be really awkward for events like this, where unfortunately Beast Gohan with the even as this event starts to age in terms of like the damage it does compared to other events and stuff like that, is always going to have the issue that it has the rotation locking in the final phase, and that was always the biggest issue for this team. Like, we could get to the Beast Gohan phase with the old version of the Heroes team, but depending on how long it took, because with the damage wasn't really there in the previous build, like, even with his damage reduction up still, like in slot 1, with only his slot 1 defense, Limit Breaker Vegeta wasn't really able to tank the Beast Gohan super very well, or even if we could survive, it would be barely. And of course, he's like the only one that was really doing damage, so not only does Beast Gohan lock you and very often super in slot 1, but he also stuns when he super attacks you as well. So it becomes incredibly awkward, and we are very likely to get into a situation where a unit gets locked in slot 1, and obviously, since the whole point of these runs is to try and get the no item runs, it's very possible that we, depending on who gets locked in slot 1, it's just instant GG and there's nothing we can do about it. So we'll have to see how it goes. We have a lot of characters with dodge on this version of the team build, like Eos, Pan. If they end up getting locked in slot 1, we just kind of have to hope for the dodge RNG. The Warrior in Black obviously gets decent damage reduction if the enemy still has a decent amount of health, but because his start of turn defense is low, like, he's a unit that we don't really want in slot 1 against Beast Gohan either. So it's going to be pretty risky. We're going to have to make some decisions, probably starting from this next turn, about which units we're actually putting in slot 3, because obviously they then float in when they come back 3 turns later. They come in on turn, they come into the turn on slot 1. So then obviously they have a potential of being locked in slot 1. So you don't want like your weak floating support units floating around in the early phases, and then you get to the beast phase and they are stuck in slot 1 and get instantly killed. So when it comes to Pan or Eos, if it is one of them, then ideally they just dodge, but RNG be RNG at the end of the day, so we have no way to know. You know, we just have to rely and hope that they actually will. So here, for example, I don't really want to float off Goku because we want his like attack power, but we can float off Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because if we end up getting him locked in slot 1 at some point, that will be fine. So let's do this. Grab all the same type orbs. Goku on his second appearance obviously is much better in slot 1 because he has the build up from the attacks in the previous turn. So Goku will be fine here. And of course, remember that Gohan also negates Ki Blast super attacks, which is one of the reasons why God Trunks should be quite good for this run. Because he will do a lot of damage to Gohan and obviously not be negated. Super Saiyan 3 Goku can't do damage to AGL Gohan anyway. Not that he would do a lot of damage, he's not a hard hitter, but he has a Ki Blast super attack. But yeah, with Goku doing all of this damage, Trunks is probably going to kill Gohan here. Which means we didn't really get to plan our rotations super far ahead. I mean, that's the one massive advantage with the fact that the Heroes team now does actually have a pretty solid amount of damage output, is that we're at Beast Gohan on turn 4, which means that the other Goku still has his intro buff defense, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, see, Pan gets locked in slot 1, which means she's either dodging here or we're dead. So we'll see how that goes. We'll go ahead and use the active skill for Goku. Obviously get some damage. We want to kill him as quickly as possible, of course. So get some damage in there. We need orbs for Pan so she can super. Not that it really matters too much. Because if she's not dodging, she's just going to be dead anyway. So we'll do that. And then I guess we'll just grab those for you. So yeah, is Pan going to dodge or are we going to die? Nice, she dodges the super. She got 2 dodges, so she's got 2 buffs of defense. But with type disadvantage, like, I think she probably, if she doesn't dodge a normal, just dies. So her getting the 4 for 4 dodges there is exactly what we need, like, for this run, right? And then Goku ideally gets a few supers off. Depending on how low Gohan's HP is going to be here, Warrior in Black is obviously going to get some of his attack buffs. But he didn't get a finishing blow, because that's very difficult to get, especially in a fight that only has like 3 phases. Big damage. Oh, the 4 super turn from Goku, you'd love to see it. Up to 16.5. So if he drops it, is he going to drop him below 40%? Oh, maybe not quite. But it means Warrior in Black will get a pretty big attack buff here and high chance to crit. Not literally high chance like the 50% like Dokkan terminology, but he should have a decently good chance to crit is what I mean. Okay, so are you serious? Both the int like dodge or die support units getting locked in slot 1 2 turns in a row. So we need Eos to come in clutch like Pan did on the previous turn, but Eos doesn't have as high a chance to dodge as Pan, so this could be very awkward. To think we're like this close as well. We just need her to actually dodge and then we win. But okay, there's a dodge. There's another dodge. Remember, she does increase her dodge chance with each dodge that she gets. So I think we're good now, because now that she's dodged 3 times, she has like an 80% dodge chance in her passive. And mine has 30 dodge in the hidden potential as well. She obviously doesn't do any damage, but nice. Look at that. Eos coming in clutch. But that is literally the epitome of like dodge or die in that situation. because even if she dodges like 1 or 2 of those attacks but then gets hit, she dies, right? So that's pretty crazy to see, though. Additional normal with a crit isn't enough to do damage to Gohan like, in this phase, but we get the additional, and God Trunks would have finished him off anyway. So there you go. Like, the thing is with Beast Gohan, like I say, it's the rotation locking that is the most annoying part, but as long as that doesn't get you, like, the team can put out a lot of damage now. That was like 5 turns. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know which teams I have done this with over the, you know, how long has this stage been out on global? Like, I was going to say it could be my new best time, but not quite. Actually, it's almost exactly a minute longer, but still 7 minutes and 18 seconds, only 5 turns to take out Beast Gohan with the Heroes team. And again, one that we were not able to do before the new units came out. So there we go. We got the first 2 done. We're going to go ahead and jump into Blue Evolution Vegeta now and see if we can do that stage as well. Obviously, that's not the final Universe Survival Saga Blue Zone stage because, you know, JP has the extra ones, including the Big Bad Goku and Frieza stage, but it is the last one we have on global. So, and one that we couldn't do with the Heroes team with the 2023 build. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that one now. Right, so Blue Evolution Vegeta. This is not a great starting rotation, so I don't know how well we're going to do here. Because I need to float off one of the Gokus, so realistically I think the best thing to do is just do this. Because at least in phase 1 we can still dodge. Because the big thing about this fight is you can't dodge against Blue Evolution Vegeta. So we've had to change the team build significantly because we can't run Pan or Eos in this event. Eos does at least get defense when she gets hit, but Blue Evolution Vegeta hits incredibly hard. And she only gets that defense buff like once. So obviously we wouldn't be putting her in slot 1 or anything. So she'd have her post-super defense. But that first hit, like, although to be fair, she gets the defense as she's taking the hit anyway. But that, like, those normal, even normal attacks are going to do decent damage to her. I mean, look at that, Goku taking 240k. The problem with this event for this team is that these guys do so much damage straight away. Like, even Rainbow Universe Tree Goku, if you put him in slot 1, because on turn 1 he doesn't have any of his passive build up, he just has the intro buff and then the like guard, obviously, if you get the orbs. He's taking like 40k from normals and then still takes like 200 to 300k from a super, and these guys raise their attack on super. So if they do like a normal attack in slot 1, then a super, then a normal, he takes like 40k, 300k, then like 80k, and you die before you even get to do anything. So it's kind of funny, like, we managed to get Gogeta and Beast finally done with the new Heroes units, but, like, this is definitely not my first attempt at this stage, and although this looks like this might be the first time I actually get past the first turn, because these guys can do so much damage straight away. It's funny because we output a pretty decent amount of damage. Like, we've done half of their health in this first turn, but they are able to do a lot of damage. And then, of course, the problem with having the both the Gokus on the first turn now, though, of course, is now we don't really have a slot 1 tank for this turn, because Limit Breaker Vegito, like, you know, we know from how he's aged since the release of last year's Heroes team, like, he can't carry the team in terms of the damage reduction. Look at that, 175k from a normal. That was their post super, but if he hadn't dodged that super, we would probably be dead now, which is crazy. We got the full heal from Mechikabra as well, but yeah, we can't dodge against Limit Breaker Vegeta, so if he supers Vegito, it's probably going to be GG. I mean, especially if the super was in slot 1. Yeah, see, Tech Demigra was in slot 7 as well, which means he's not going to be able to have had any build-up or anything. I think we do still kill them this turn, right? Because God Trunks should do decent damage. I guess it depends on the RNG for his additionals. Whether he just does a bunch of additional normals or whether he actually gets super attacks off here. And then Mechikabra will do some decent damage, plus gets guaranteed at least 2 supers. But yeah, Trunks coming in clutch with the additionals, which means we're also getting the defense raises. So nice. I don't think these guys can super twice, can they? So he tanks the normals. Oh, they can super twice, so Trunks is dead. Nice. 876k after that clutch dodge from Vegeta. Well, okay, so I think one thing I've not tried really, which I guess we can do because we have you on the rotation, right? Because it's Limit Breaker, Vegeta, Xeno, is what if we use Goku's active skill on the first turn? Because then he gets that extra defense buff. I wonder how well he would tank in slot 1. I mean, it feels like a waste, but like, because I guess because the last phase is AGL as well, it's like we kind of want to be using his active skill, so we're making sure he's critting in that last phase. But I mean, it's just for this first phase for this team, like no one is really particularly good at tanking in slot 1. Whereas now post active skill, he takes double-digit damage from the normal attacks. Of course, this turn they didn't super in slot 1. And at least with the active skill buff, we get guaranteed crits on this turn for all of his attacks, so we don't have to worry about the percentage chance like build up. So he's got a 12 into a 13. So hopefully he should tank it. He should tank a super relatively well after he gets his attacks off. Obviously, remember he's doing his attacks and building up his passive. So if we can get a 4th attack here as well, he'll be fully built up. Nice. And the quad super turn, that's what we like to see. Now with this event disabling dodge, I guess I made a tweet about it yesterday because I don't really get why the thought I mean, I understand, I guess, the thought process. I just don't necessarily agree. But people who've built their Gokus like with crit and not dodge, at least in this event, those friends are helpful because he can't dodge in the last phase anyway. So I guess might as well have that little bit of extra crit chance. So yeah, this event is actually a use for those friends, which for almost every other event, I'm not going to be picking them. I'm going to be picking the friends that actually have dodge. At least we can dodge in the first phase, though. Like, dodging the super was kind of funny, considering we probably would have tanked it relatively well on this turn. But so Mickey Cabra can do some okay damage, I guess. He's got no links active and didn't get a lot of rainbow orbs here, so not ideal. God, how do I want to do this? This is a really weird turn. Because I actually don't want... I was going to keep the... I floated off Mickey Cabra so I could get these two together, but I don't really want him on slot 1 on this turn now. Because then if you do this, you don't actually need to do your active skill, which is good. And then... is this going to be enough damage in this turn to kill? I mean, Mickey Cabra, oh sorry, Demigro, with only a couple of links active and not having had any build-up is obviously not going to do a lot of damage. But Super Saiyan 3 Goku coming in clutch with the dodge in slot 1 as well. Still takes 11k from a normal. It's not really great. But yeah, Goku should at least tank normals after supering here. So I mean, if my one can get the 4 super crit turn, that'll be pretty nice. Nice, okay, there we go. Triple super. This is like, this super now has a 90% chance to crit. So there we go. Alright, so we take them out. Now we finally get to the actual second phase, or the final phase even. But attacks are guaranteed to hit. And this guy doesn't have his active skill to use now. Vegeta does, at least. But, I mean, I guess we could do this. So you're at 664k. You're going to have guard. But I don't think that's enough. 664k with guard and damage reduction. Like, how hard does this guy hit for? I should have done your active skill as well. I don't know why I didn't. Actually, yeah, he wouldn't have got any extra links by being in slot 2 anyway from Goku, so that's fine. So we'll do that. That makes him get all crits this turn. Because we're floating him off here. I mean, chances are we're not going to see Limit Breaker Vegeta again anyway, because we're either going to have one or be dead by the time he would come back onto the rotation. So, right, Blue Evolution Vegeta not supering before Goku gets to attack is really good. Because I think he would tank a super now. And then look at that, the friend Goku that is built for crit, not critting on the first super. Not great. Get the triple super turn again though. So he's got pretty good raw defense now, plus the guard and 40% damage reduction. Get another super? Okay. Oh, don't super God Trunks. Bruh. I mean, God Trunks can, like, potentially... he's going to get a bunch of additional normals now, isn't he? I was going to say, God Trunks could potentially get a bunch of supers off here and raise his defense by a decent amount, but that's not going to be enough to tank a super from Blue Evolution Vegeta. Bro, I can't believe all those attacks in slot 1 and he super Trunks in slot 2. So yeah, Trunks dies to this, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, 638k. This is the thing, though, that it comes back to. The most annoying thing about the Heroes team is this: if this was another team where the characters actually had like Dokkan Fest stats and we had 700k HP, we would be alive still. And then on the next turn, because he should tank the normal after that for double digits, I think. And so then the turn after that, we'd have had Mechikabra, pick up a bunch of Rainbow Orbs, heal back to full health, and then go from there. But unfortunately, on the Heroes team, a 600k super attack kills you. So, but we'll give it another go at least. So let's jump back in. Okay, so out of multiple more attempts, this is only the second time I've gotten to the second phase. And unfortunately, it's not looking great in terms of the attack placements here, because all these attacks in the middle, I'm definitely very worried about there being a super attack there. Can't really put Mechikabra in slot 1. I could put you in slot 1, but then obviously it's going to take all the orbs that we'd want to give to Mechikabra. Because really I would do this, right, if I wasn't too worried about the super attack in the middle. But Mechikabra will not survive a super attack here. I mean, ideally we just want him to super attack like right after Demigra attacks, but I'm not really sure how, because I can't pick up the orbs for Goku unless we get all of these, which then does kind of screw over Mechikabra even if he's in slot 3. If he immediately supers in slot 1, I mean, we don't have a full extreme rotation. That's, wow, bang on 250k. That's kind of crazy. I feel like we have to do this, right, to have the best chance of surviving, but it's still not ideal. And obviously I did the same strategy as before, so I used the friend one's active skill like straight away on the first turn. So if he had his active skill here, I'd be a lot more confident about putting him in slot 1, but we'll have to see. It's okay, normaled first, so that's double digits. Okay. Because, yeah, Demigra, because we don't have a full extreme rotation, wouldn't get the extra damage reduction in slot 1 anyway. 13.1. I mean, it's crazy, right? Because this is stage 4 of the Universe Survival Saga Blue Zone. So imagine when Global... I mean, if you're a JP player, you don't have to imagine, obviously. But imagine when we get Goku and Frieza trying to do that with this team. Obviously, this last phase disabling dodge is probably what makes the event as hard as it is, because even though you can dodge in the first phase, we can't bring units that rely on dodge, because, yeah, we can get through the first phase, and then what, right? So, yeah, at least we tank the normals, but, like, I mean, the thing is as well, because we've already lost a bunch of health, like, in the turns before this, so I don't think Demigra tanks this for less than 300k. Or just about. Okay. I mean, we survived the turn at least, I think. Because Mechikabra... Although we got STR orbs, which means Mechikabra didn't get the big defense buff. But we have Big Bad Bosses active. He is going to at least double super. But how hard is Vegeta going to hit with the normals? Was it only 2 Rainbow Orbs? He only has 20% damage reduction. We did get a triple super, though. So, we do get another defense raise. Okay, yeah, double digits, nice. Mechikabra. Okay, so... So you have your active skill now. So we'll use your active skill. Oh, this is going to be so close. Use your active skill. That puts you up to 864k. So then we do this. We get the 7 orbs. If he doesn't super immediately in slot 1, we may pull this off. So we can't get a super for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oh, there we go. Alright, well, let's see. Normal attacks first. Okay, good. Goku's getting guaranteed crits on this turn. So if he gets like 4 supers off here and then Trunks gets a couple of supers off, we will actually clutch this out. But, oh boy, did this take some luck along the way. Although this run does show, even if we do end up dying here, it does show that if you get the good RNG, it could be done. But yeah, see, Goku doing 2 additional normals. If there had been 2 more supers, this guy would be almost dead now. He hasn't supered, which means if he supers God Trunks, we die. But if God Trunks does enough attacks, or does enough super attacks to be specific, then we're all good. What we don't want is him doing a bunch of additional normals. So there's a second super, 17 mil. He needs to do at least 1 more super or we're cooked. Ooh, I think he kills him here. 18.5? That's enough, right? And surely he'll crit. Oh, there we go. Alright, well there you go. That took multiple attempts, but this was only the second time I even got to the second phase. But we managed to do it. So, I mean, the thing is, I know it's not like a crazy achievement. People will be saying, you know, this stage came out however long ago and it's not the hardest stage from this blue zone once the rest of them have come out. But obviously the goal is to go through all of these events that we couldn't beat with the previous Heroes team before the new units came out. And then beat them with the new version of the team. No items, obviously. Because that's the thing, with items, this new version of the Heroes team can beat all these events, I would say, relatively easily, since we are actually being able to get the no items run done after a few attempts. But yeah, so there you go. We managed to do Blue Evolution, Vegeta. I'm going to leave that here for this video and just have these 3 blue zones. I'm obviously going to try out some other endgame events. Gogeta and Janemba are certainly going to be interesting, but we'll try those out in separate videos. So let me know what you guys think of the Heroes team this year down below, especially compared to last year. Let me know your thoughts on all of the Heroes stuff down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.